Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Attack the Baseline, the WNBA podcast where every episode we attack our baseline knowledge of the WNBA. We're your hosts, John and Kristen Barber, and today we're back to look ahead to Game 3 as we're recording this Tuesday night. Game 3 getting set to tip off tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Aces are leading 2-0. That is contrary to our selections, potentially, but it's a long series, hopefully. And we're going to get into everything that we saw in those first two games, as well as the state of things between Nafisa and the players and one Cathy Engelbert. A couple of things to get into, but before we get into it, Kristen, how are you?
I'm great. Looking forward to Game 3. There's just a lot going on right now. The Phillies are losing.
Yep.
Eagles are losing. Yankees are losing. These are my teams. Do we watch the Flyers? We never know.
Flyers haven't started yet.
Oh, I got a notification that says NHL is back.
Preseason, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sixers are starting preseason. Everyone's hurt already.
Not in the, no. Well, yeah, no.
Then all these finals. I've been at a conference all week. A lot's happening.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
October, every now and again, those things pop up where it's like, what's the best month of sports? And October's pretty good, especially now that we're in the W business and the finals are planned for October, maybe with a new CBA and with a potential lockout, everything could get pushed. And maybe now we're going to see new seasons that start and end at different times. I still have no clue what it's going to end up looking like. But October, the World Series, Sixers starting again, football in like full swing. October's a pretty good month of the sports calendar. But right now in our lives, a little hectic. And we want to be giving full attention to these WNBA finals because pretty decent games so far.
Yeah, well, my one just off the bat complaint is that these games are like during Eagles games.
The Sunday games.
Yes, we were at the Eagles game 2 weeks ago and the game was on during it. Like I can't watch. And then this week, the same thing. We were out at a bar watching the Eagles. I can't watch on Sunday. You have to rewatch later. That's annoying.
I mean, yeah, it was 3:00 Eastern middle of the Eagles game when it started. I said it a couple weeks ago. Like, we cannot be playing major important playoff games at 3 p.m. Eastern or noon on the coast that it's supposed to be on. We have freaking 12 p.m. playoff games. Stop this.
Yeah.
Get this out of here.
And just on Sundays in general, there should be no games. No Sunday games.
I agree. Don't go up against football. I know you can do Monday night and you go up against one Monday night football game, but like don't go up against the entire slate of 1:00 NFL games.
That's just silly. It's silly.
Part of me is like, they just want the ratings to be bad because then they can say, oh, it's not the players, but the ratings are actually good. And the ratings would be better.
Well, wait, when was game 1? On Friday?
Game 1 was Friday at 8 p.m. Every game is 8 p.m. or 3 p.m.
It was the most watched game 1 of the finals in 28 years.
28 years. That's all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Well, yeah, I bet you game 1 was very highly viewed and game 2 was not because people watch football.
Surely game 2 was less viewed, but we were watching it. We were watching both. I had the split screen active. Don't think I was just forgetting about it, but it's just so annoying. Like, it's easier for me to like just do that later. Just put it later in the day. Put them all later in the day. 8 o'clock is perfect. 8 o'clock is great. I love 8 o'clock. Let's do 8 o'clock every day. I'm ranting. I'm getting my rant out. That's the rant out. If you want to send us an email and rant to us about how you don't like the schedule, do us a favor. Send us an email at attackthebaseline@gmail.com. Connect with us on Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok at ATBPod. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform it is that you listen to. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your neighbor. Let them know, because we're right in the middle of the WNBA Finals. And then we're going to be in a whole lot of fiery off-season stuff that we're going to learn about very soon. I think it's going to be insane. So lock in for that. Get ready. You're not going to want to miss it. You're not going to want to be unplugged. Where do you want to start? Do you want to do games, or do you want to talk about Cathy?
No, we can talk about the games.
Okay. Aces win 2. They win a close one in game 1, 89-86. And then they sort of run away with game 2 here. Let's start with game 1, because Jewell Loyd has awoken. She's here.
Apparently.
And Dana Evans, she's here.
Always we've loved her.
Correct. We've always talked about her greatness. But at my instant reaction after game 1 was, if they got all of this out of Jewell Loyd and Dana Evans, and they only won by 3, then Phoenix should feel okay. And then Phoenix, from the second quarter of game 2 on, basically didn't show up. And they let it get away from them. And now the Aces have a major advantage as we move things to Phoenix. How do you compartmentalize with all of that?
I mean, that's how it went. It was, I don't know, because I expected this series to go the full 7. So I expect the Aces to win at home. I expect that. Even though the Mercury won in Minnesota, won in New York, I expect the Aces to win at home.
Sure.
So it's not like, oh my God, because they won at home, the Aces. I think now the Mercury need to win at home. And there's going to be, obviously they'll be down 3-0. If they lose at home, that's going to be major, major problems.
Yeah.
If they lose on Wednesday.
Right. They're in a must-win position for game 3.
Yeah. For sure, must win. They always would have had to take 1, but it can always be a later one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can be 5 or 7, but you have to now win at home.
Right.
Yeah, after the first game, I love what we see from Dana Evans. She has been impressing me all year. So I loved her amazing performance off the bench. Of course, Jewell surprised me. But that's what you need to win a championship.
Of course.
Your player who the other team's not expecting to go off. You need them to go off, and then that throws off the rhythm.
Oh, yeah.
So huge, huge game from Jewell and Dana Evans. But they had all right games in game 2, but really game 2 was more of Jackie and Asia. Jackie had an incredible game.
32.
Game 2. Her third quarter was the most scoring points in a quarter of any finals.
Yeah.
Quarters.
Insane. 21
Crazy.
21 points in a quarter for Jackie. Very, very wild spread. 2 points in the first, 7 in the second, 21 in the third, and then 2 in the fourth.
Crazy.
Very silly when you look at it that way. But just like heater mode from her.
I mean, that's just a very good sign to me for the Aces, is that different nights, it's different people, and different people are stepping up, and that's how you win. Is now the Mercury, they don't know who to guard now. Because now it's everyone.
Yeah. Well, and even down to Kristen Bell, who in certain games in the playoffs has effectively done cardio, recorded no stats. First game, she had 5. She had 2 easy knockdowns. And when the ball's going in for her, then, yeah, that's going to affect the overall outcome of the game, because you're getting production where you're not expecting it. But the fact that Phoenix holds Jackie in game 1 to 10 points, holds Asia to under 25, that mark where basically the aces automatically win, and they cannot come out with a win is brutal. I said last week that we have not seen the best of Kalia Copper, and who shows up in the first half of that game 1? Kalia Copper, 19 points. Then she only scores 2. Game 2, Kalia Copper in the first half scores 19 points. And then in the second half, scores 4. So we need a full game by Ka, because clearly that was leading Phoenix. Like Phoenix, in whether it was the first quarter in game 2 or the first half of game 1, got out to the start that they wanted to get out to. When they got out to slow starts in previous series, but had strong finishes, this was the flip side. Decent starts, bad finishes. And, you know, you can attribute that to a lot of things. Obviously, you know, when we look at Phoenix's production, they got a lot out of a lot of people and they defended well, but it's just like, what can you do when Dana Evans is just hitting 5 out of 6 of her threes, when she just can't miss? Some of those games are just, you're fated to lose. And, you know, from a strategic standpoint, what I've seen from the Mercury, they're kind of chucking a little too early.
Yes.
Especially Satu.
Sometimes that's really frustrating to watch.
Very frustrating to watch. And sometimes, sure, it's an open look, but like, we got to run a little, you know, maybe a more sure thing and guarantee that you come away with some points, because if you're jacking up early shot clock threes and they don't go down, then you're just giving way more opportunities to the aces who have been putting it together on the offensive end. I want to shout out Chelsea Gray, because the point guard sure has shown up in the start of the playoffs. She a near triple-double in game 2, a near triple-double in game 1, double-digit assists. She's seeing the court well, and maybe there were times in the playoffs where we were questioning some of her passing, maybe early on, but like, her ankle's clearly not bothering her.
Yeah.
And that's going to be huge. You were worried about that.
I was. I mean, she's so tough. That ankle's hurting.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying it's not hurt.
But she's playing through it. She's so tough to be playing through it.
Even in game 1, she only made 2 baskets, but she's getting to the line a little bit and just being the best passer in the league is especially it coming out at the most optimal time in the finals is what's sort of fueling the aces here. I have been really impressed, because I had Phoenix in 6, and obviously it could still be Phoenix in 6. It's not, who's to say that Phoenix doesn't just win 4 in a row, but I got to see Phoenix sort of play a full game here. They got to play a full 40 to get a W. And I think they get the first one in Phoenix tomorrow. But I was anticipating a split in Vegas personally. I was thinking they were going to split in Vegas, split in Phoenix, and then we were going to be on like the teeter-totter, and then it was going to go 3-2, and then either 4-2 or 3-all, and then we were going to get to 7 that way. I wasn't expecting the potential 2 wins, and then you get on the teeter-totter. But I don't know.
I will say more on the Mercury. It is very tough watching Alyssa Thomas and Asia Wilson, because Asia is just much taller than her. Asia, the 4-time MVP, has played incredibly this year. And AT has just kind of struggled with guarding Asia. Understandably, everybody does.
Well, yeah, shocker.
And it's just like a little bit frustrating that like there's not other bigs on this Mercury team that the coaches feel comfortable guarding Asia.
Yeah.
Because they're on the team. They have some. Dewana, they have Kalani Brown, they have Natasha Mack, who typically plays very good defense, but I think they are very nervous to even try someone else guarding Asia for a stretch.
It's tough. It's a hard assignment. It's the 4-time MVP, but somebody has to do it. Somebody has to pick it up.
Right.
And you got to figure out how to scheme it better, because you decently slowed her down in game 1, but she played much better in game 2, and now she's going to probably carry that momentum in to game 3. I think you could potentially try to, you got to see a little bit more scoring out of AT. I mean, she's not a huge big time scorer.
She's having trouble scoring.
I mean, I'll say she's been efficient, but she's not pouring it in.
She's not taking many shots. She's passing it out a lot.
Right.
And in the first game, when they were hitting all their threes, then that was paying off. But in the second game, they were 5 of 28 from 3. Much worse.
Yeah. That's not of course not a winning formula. But again, that goes back to Ka. I mean, Ka
And Satu.
I mean, especially Satu.
Yeah.
Especially Satu.
No, Satu, this whole year has been up and down roller coaster with Satu. Because, I'll be honest, coming into this year, I was not super high on her. And then she was crazy good at the beginning of the year. And then was she injured for a while?
She did have a portion of the season where she was injured for a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. Then she just wasn't as good to end the season. And she was super good in previous rounds of the playoffs. And just these 2 games haven't been great. So we continue to be up and down on Satu. I think if Ka is not going to be consistent the whole game, then you need to have Satu to pick up where Ka is not putting down.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. The numbers, if you just looked at the numbers, seem okay, but we can tell how she's playing on the court is not, not up to the standards of how she played in the previous series.
Yeah, and I think she's just getting a little frustrated too sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's coming across. And that's just something that you can't lose your head in the finals against a team that knows how to win a finals. So I think with all this time off, fortunately for her, she was on the injury report. She actually just got taken off of the injury report tonight. So the ankle's feeling okay after she went down. So I'm very glad to see that Phoenix is going to have a full squad. Honestly, if we're talking about a little unsung hero X factor, Sammy Whitcomb needs to shoot the ball better.
Yes.
If Sammy Whitcomb is this diehard shooter who's only made 2 of her 10 threes in this series, if they're getting such positive output out of Dana Evans and out of Jewel Lloyd,
you need the flip side.
You gotta get a little bit of extra shooting out of Sammy. Sammy doesn't have to score more than 9 or 10 because Duana is still I would argue the best player off the bench, the most complete player off the bench here in this series. But you gotta get more contributions.
She needs to go back to bun Sammy.
We need bun Sammy.
Than ponytail Sammy. We need it.
I think I completely agree. I completely agree. So if you're wondering what the keys to the game are in game 3, bun Sammy and a full game by Ka is what Phoenix needs. And if I'm the Aces, I'm making sure you keep giving Jackie touches because you want to keep playing that hot hand.
It's playing the hot hand. It's whoever's hot. It's Jewel or Dana or Jackie or Chelsea. It's all the guards.
Yeah. I will say Becky did a good job in game 1 of honestly, I was okay, Jewel's just going to go to work. Jewel had some ISO work and it didn't always succeed. But I'm yeah, honestly, if it's working, just feed it. And that's kind of how she's been operating. It worked with It worked with Jewel. It worked with Dana. It worked with Jackie. It works with Asia every time you do it with Asia, basically. So it's scary. And Phoenix needs to be able to figure out who the hot hand is before it punishes them.
Right.
And lock them down so that they have to, so that the Aces are forced to try to run offense to somebody else who hopefully isn't ready to run offense. But when you have multiple options, multiple excellent options, then you kind of got to be everywhere all at once. Again, I think that Phoenix in Phoenix is going to rise to a standard that we haven't seen in a full 40 of either of these first two games. And then I do believe we're going to have a series. At this point in time, I would probably flip in my mind that I do think the Aces are probably going to win the series just on the start here alone. But that doesn't mean that Phoenix can lose. We've seen it happen before. You can lose the first two games. Fortunately for Phoenix, you got 7 now. You can afford to lose the first two, but you got to win the third one.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow night, Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on ESPN. I'm excited to dial that one up and to see what's going down in the WNBA Finals. And now let's move to the other thing that we need to talk about tonight, the state of everything. Because last time we discussed...
What's the state?
Last time we discussed, Nafisa had made her comments about Cathy and the top of the league, the head of the league, that clearly voicing correct statements about how the players need to be better treated and X, Y, and Z, especially with important CBA negotiations to come. And Cathy Engelbert talked ahead of game one and said, I have a meeting planned with Nafisa, and we're going to talk it out next week, and it's going to be great, and we're going to figure this all out. And then hours later, in the middle of game one, Nafisa's canceled her meeting with Cathy Engelbert because their relationship is beyond repair. That's where we'll start things off.
Well, Cathy basically called Phee a liar. Like Cathy said this and this about Caitlin, this and this about the players. Cathy said, I never said that. So, okay. I mean, do I expect Cathy to say, oh yeah, I said Caitlin should be grateful to us?
Oh, it was me.
No, she's not going to ever say that.
No.
But she could just not even bring it up at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what the whole press conference was about, I guess. She's whatever. But of course, Phee is going to take it as, you're calling me a liar. This continues to be a strenuous relationship. There's no reason for me to talk to you.
Yeah. And now we have no progression in conversations, which we didn't really expect because it's the finals. No. The fact that this is all happening and it's due at the end of the month when middle of the month is the finals is kind of ridiculous planning, in my opinion. But I think that the craziest thing about this all to me is that after this happens, the next day was supposed to be October 1st. We were supposed to get the all defensive teams. Today, October 7th, we were supposed to get all W, and nothing. Complete radio silence. And it's because Nafisa's on both of those. And they don't want to give an award to a player that is speaking so poorly about the organization at large.
Yeah, but then you're just digging yourself into a deeper hole.
Correct. You're just showing exactly what they're saying.
If you are portraying that this is not actually as big of a deal as everyone is thinking it is, then present the awards and make it not a big deal.
Right.
But now you're not presenting it, you're making it a bigger deal.
Right. Their silence is speaking volumes.
Yeah.
And now Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, has started to get involved, saying, we will make sure that this gets done. He's lauded Cathy's ability of running the league since 2017, saying that, she's overseen a tremendous growth, which is true, that the league has evolved in the last decade as she's basically been there. But at the same time, Adam Silver's involvement, there's a lot of people that have contentious relationships with Adam Silver. There's no commissioner that's perfect in any of these sports. They all tend to be kind of,
Well, they're all just like super rich guys that just want to get richer.
Well, they love getting richer. They love business. And they don't care about the sport maybe the way that they need to.
But there is some reports of some players getting along better with Silver than with Cathy.
But that's been the critique about Cathy, though, is that Cathy is lacking in player relationships. Like, she doesn't have the good one-on-one skills, which I've seen watching as much MNBA as I have in my life. Adam Silver, often courtside, often talking with at least the stars of the league. That could have been all that Cathy needed to really do. Is just have a relationship with have a relationship with maybe the 36 to 48 players that will be in Unrivaled. And then you'd probably be in pretty good shape, honestly. Like,
there's really not that many players.
No,
you
only
can give them all a call.
150 odd players. Yeah, I think it would be doable personally. But at this point, what do you think? Do you expect her to step down? Like, do you think finals are done? The first day after the finals, what do you think the news story is? The headline.
Do I think she steps down, or do I think she's fired, or do I think she stays?
Tell me what you think. What make up a headline? What you think?
I think Cathy Engelbert is fired
By the owners of the
board.
league. Yeah, the board of governors.
Yeah.
Dismisses Cathy Engelbert. Yeah. I think I kind of feel like she's gonna deuces. See you guys. I don't know who fills that spot, but it's got to be somebody. It's got to be somebody good.
It's going to be, as much as everyone wants it to be like a fun W player of the past, it's going to be a business person.
Yeah.
Cathy was the CEO of Deloitte. Like, she wasn't part of the W before.
Right.
It's going to be somebody like that, I'm sure.
Yeah. So send us an email and let us know which business person you think is going to be the new commissioner of the W, if that is the case. But I really do think that whenever these finals are over, there will be like a firestorm of news for probably for the next 3 weeks until the end of the month. At the very least, I expect big news stories. No, and I'm not reporting anything. I just feel like that's how it's going to be. So lock in for that, folks. Anything else here?
Well, I do just want to say that in the previous pod, when we were talking about the refs,
The referees, yeah.
I really don't want to bring it up again. But I mentioned what Mark Cuban said, and I think I was confused of what was said. I think I misunderstood. We're talking about the same stuff. He said, yeah, the refs need to be looked at. But I think I misunderstood what Mark Cuban said. He basically said, look at where the refs are trained. And I understood that as he wasn't sure where the refs are trained, but that's what needs to be looked at, is where the refs are trained, and that's how you'll know. So I just was confused by that. But he was saying the refs are trained in the G League. Even the WNBA refs often are trained in the NBA G League. And as he's a minority owner now, a former owner.
Yeah, of the Mavs.
He's aware of the training of the refs in the G League. And he's just saying, no, that's what needs to be fixed.
Right.
So we're good.
Yeah, we're good. We get it. We got it. All clear.
I wasn't fully aware that even the WNBA refs are trained in the NBA G League.
Yes. And we're seeing some I feel like we're seeing a decent amount of consistency in the finals. I haven't really had too much of an issue with the officiating in the finals.
Yeah.
And we're seeing some of the same refs. Hopefully we get, a series where it doesn't come down to us feeling questionable calls are the reason that it's over.
It's more questionable from the coaches, particularly from Nate Tibbetts, than the refs.
Girl dad's got things to figure out. He's got time to figure it out, but he's got things to figure out. Well, we'll look forward to Game 3. We look forward to whatever news comes about CBA negotiations. We're anticipating that lockout, but don't worry, folks. We will be here to figure out something related to the W to talk about because we love bringing you this show. Again, if you want to send us an email, you can do so at our email, attackthebaseline@gmail.com. Connect with us on Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok at ATBPod. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. Wherever it is that you listen, subscribe, tell your friends, family, your neighbors, your dogs. Let them know how you're feeling about the show. And we will be back soon to talk about more of the WNBA Finals action. But Kristen, I'm staring at the baseline, and what are we going to do?
Attack it.
Attack the baseline. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you later.